And we're live. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm still setting up my shit. All of my shits. Let's get the disclaimer out of the way. As always, any and all information discussed is for entertainment purposes. Wow. Rewind that. Any and all information discussed here is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered tax advice, legal, or investment advice. A referral to a commodity is not an indication to buy or sell that stock or commodity. Day trading is risky and most traders lose money. Past and current results are not any indication for future results. And, you know, that if you guys were paying attention to the stream, that was very much clear this past week. Now, rollover dates come out this week. Thursday is the date of rollover. So that's a little bit of an issue because volume might not be as high as it otherwise would be. Give me one sec. Let me log into this. I missed one thing out of all of my stuff, which is me logging into TradingView. And unlock this screen. Okay, so last week I tried to use the tick chart and that failed miserably. So I'm sticking back to what my initial strategy is. I might even have to cut my size because, well, maybe not. That'll figure out soon. Let me go into full screen. Let me not go into full screen because I don't have my dates on this. I'll go into full screen after my dates. Oh yeah, no. Fuck that. 1 minute, 5 minutes. Let's close this. Let's close that. Let's go into here. This is one thing from Friday's session that actually really irritated me. After I logged off because of this, just the 2 points too short of a stop here. It went all the way down. At this point, obviously, I was fuming from what, if you guys were listening. And this dropped down, to where I expected it to go, which was 185 points lower. I'm not saying I would have held through all this. I definitely wouldn't have. I probably would have exited somewhere on this rejection and re-entered somewhere here for this continuation. And then exited somewhere on this when market flipped and tried to enter here and then held through this pullback or cut out and tried to wait to see what's going on. Might have, like if it was here, probably would have waited to see what happens down here or tried to take a buy back up here in this area. Regardless, it came into the zone. You remember the zone that I plotted out? Right dead smack in the middle of that zone. If you entered at the top of this or somewhere in the middle, hell, you could have entered as it was rejecting out, because from there, it did nearly a 50% retracement. Ooh, it was 68.1% retracement of this. Which means this was probably like an 80-point move or more. 100-point move. 119 at the top. Probably would try to get out somewhere over here when it rejects. Regardless, that's a pretty sizable move as well. So that, yay, I was right. Fuck me, couldn't execute properly. That's kind of what happened. Now, high of last week, I believe, was high of day on Monday. Nope, I lied. Is there another? That purple line is high of week. So we'll take this out and we'll change this. White text. High of, what was it, June 5th? To the 9th. That's that. Obviously this fit point is hit because this is still the high of day. These fit points are fine. Tuesday was a flat day. Wednesday was a real mover. I wasn't able to execute on Wednesday either because Wednesday and Friday, the two solid days that I wanted to see, I was fucking around with the tick chart. And that's great. So that's the 2 minute. Let's see what we look like on the daily. I need the side things. Close this. We still are overextended somewhat. We broke out of this resistance level last week. We're coming into this clusterfuck of things. So we have a high potential to hit the top of this and reject off. We also have a really high potential of just tanking back to the 20 EMA. This resistance line right here seems pretty significant. The 60, what is that high? 14,695, 14,688. So 95 is a point. Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff right here. A lot of choppiness before it picks a direction, and even if it chooses to go up, we're in the middle of this move. So this might, we're looking here or here, which is 14,277. I'm not saying that we're gonna go touch that today because that's a 400-point drop. Am I wrong about that? Yeah. 400-point drop. I don't think we're gonna hit that. But yeah, you never know what happens. This looks like a retest of the high and then a failed type of thing. Overnight high. Overnight low. Yesterday's close. Alright, relax. And then this line, that line can go away. I lied actually. Let me get this line back. Let me put that as low of Friday. If we crack through low of Friday, we're gonna probably try to soak up the Thursday run. So I'd like to have that on my screen. I don't particularly know if that's gonna be the case, but 1 and 2 are fib points. Were fib points. I don't know if it was off of that or that, but let's drop down to the hourly. And let's get rid of this. One and 2. That feels like a really big ass space, but I could just be overly zoomed. 30 points. Alright, so that's my place of interest. And then down here as well. We're coming back into that resistance zone area here. So if we do want to continue up, this is the bounce areas. But because price is what, for at 33, it's a 70-80 point move. And I'm expecting at the open we try to retest the highs and then we tank down to this, and then from here we try to go up. So I'm gonna look for a push up reversal to here, at which point either if I still have a runner in or if I don't, I'll start looking for something. I'd either look for a continuation to the downside to try to test these lows, or a bounce back up to the highs and or higher. Now I don't know if that's all going to happen today because it's Monday. It is possible that we go on a really hard sell-off because this week is the last week for the June contracts. So people, whoever is holding on to positions, might want to try to unload all of those contracts or buy back all of those contracts. So it might be either extremely volatile or completely sideways, depending on who's on what side. Yeah, retest of the high week, and then come down for the bounce. One other thing is that we just slowly keep grinding up through today or flat. Yesterday's close, we are gapped up from yesterday's close. That's yesterday's close, and this is the overnight low. And that's overnight high. We are on the higher end of the overnight high, so you might, gap rules might be impend that this comes down, takes out the overnight movement, and then finds its own location. But I really think that it's going to use this momentum as to go up. I could be wrong. Probably will be wrong, but it is what it is. I think that's my moves. All right, let's go look over the ES. Yes, that was a massive gap on the ES. Let's start with the daily. Let's make this an auto form so we see what we're looking at. Again, we're overextended as well. Overnight highs. Why? Yeah, that's concerning. We didn't retest this. And we're very much overextended. Okay, let's drop down to the hourly. Let's see what it looks like here. We closed here and it completely gapped over these. That is crazy. Okay. I feel like this is wrong. Overnight lows. And this can go away. Okay. High last week. Yeah. There is no prints here, which means this has some space to run. Excuse me. That's a little concerning. Now, that's what that looks like. Right. Let's see. It cracked under the resistance here. It's holding. It's holding above that price of this wick, which means next level of resistance is here, which is a pretty strong level of resistance at the top of this and the bottom of this. And then this is a pivot point here. which is also a bunch of resistance through this. Here's a resistance point as well. And then of course the overall top of the top here. So as it looks right now, there is some room for it to go up, but there's a lot more room for it to come down. So that's a concern. That's definitely a concern. That coupled with the fact that we're overextended like this, that's a problem. We're opening that view up. It's a bullish stack, but not by much. My concern really is having too much of these drawings on here. Okay. So I'm going to retry this. Tests of last week's high to a fail to a back up. I just slapped the shit out of my mic. My bad. Oh no, this is a 15 chart. Bring this back in. Bring that up. Close that out. I also want to go into full screen mode, just so I could see shit better. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Hold up. Was that my computer? Was that the stream? Like, what was that? No, that was my computer. That was my own screen, because I didn't see it in the stream. Okay, well, that's disheartening. I don't particularly like the way that looked. I did it again. What the fuck? Might have to restart TradingView. Just give me 1 second. Alright, it's back. Let me make sure that my overnight highs, overnight Bruh. What the fuck? Okay. Alright, well. Let's hope it doesn't crash on me. And now TradingView doesn't want to connect. Fucking hate that. If I have to restart my computer, that's fine, but I don't want to deal with no bullshit. Okay.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay. Alright, so my continuous is an issue. Because this is connected to Tradeovate, and Tradeovate hasn't rolled it over. Let me see. Let me connect to Tradeovate. Yeah, MNQM. Tradeovate's it's connected, but how do I roll this back?
Order submitted.
Yep.
Order canceled.
So we're still in the June contracts. Which means that I have to do that same thing to my trader, to all my charts. Dismiss June. And it's the open. We're looking for this. Oh, that is a massive wick. Yeah, the new contract is locked in at 400 points higher, 200 points higher than where we are here. But that is a massive wick. I'm curious on what the... Oh, shit. You guys can't see. Okay. My bad. Hi, guys. Welcome back to being able to see what I'm doing or looking at. This is top to bottom 26 points. And it just tanked.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay, just making sure that I'm on the right contract. Shit. And that completely eats that back up. I'm not trading that. You're crazy if you think I'm gonna enter right now. Technically, no, it's not my setup. Price action wise, The fail of the remake, yeah. Delta showed me that there's a lot of buyers and there's not much volume. Cool, that's beautiful. The fact that it's not going anywhere with the low amount of volume is a problem. US index rollover. It expires the 16th, which is Friday. But we should start rolling over now. Okay, so let's open up my own thing, and then let's go in and do MNQ M. MNQ U. .100 difference. 5,000 volume. 3,000. So there's more volume on the new one. Which means I should probably trade the new one. Fuck. Okay, well that's a bit of a problem because I don't have any of my charting done on the other one. All right. Yeah, you see, like, there's very clear differences in God damn. Alright, I'm looking at the current ones. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Oh, desktop audio. Jesus, dude. Fuck. Okay, so that's a problem. And I did that to myself without realizing I did that to myself. I should have been more cautious of when these expirations are done. You see the price difference that's in this, right? Like, that's a 3-point difference on here. I don't think that's a half, less than a point difference here. So these are trading differently. Obviously, they're different contracts. However, the front runner, which is today's rollover contract, has a lot more volume than what the continuous one is going off of, because the continuous is going off of the previous front runner. Which means if I want to run with the previous, I would have to go to NQ2. Yeah. I mean, that's a problem because I just mapped out all of these points. Okay. I have to go back and redo this. Hourly. I'm going to bring up the 2 minute on a different chart side just to see what's going on. It looks like a whole lot of nothing yet. Alright, we look like we're just chopping in a range. And the longer it does that, the better for me, because I'll be able to see what the fuck. Very close. What color did I have this on? Yellow, and then overnight lows red. Red text overnight lows. Overnight highs. High of week June 5th to June 9th. Make that. And then fib. Coordinates. Okay. Right. What else do I have down here? There's a resistance level. Is that low of week? We're still in a range. It's a strong range, but we're still in a range. Low of week. I think that was the overnight low from Friday. There's a flag forming. Right, the issue with not having a continuous contract is I don't know what the levels are relative to this. Because this I could go all the way back to, you know, when the contracts were first created. This is, I'm going off of what I see here. This is a support line, a resistance line. Excuse me. Oh, no, nope. Not that one. This one. 98.5. And that's, I like my fib colors. I like my charts to say relatively the same. 63. Okay. So I have a little bit of resistance levels down. And with that being that, let's go back to it being 15 with VWAP and lower this back down to its sizing. Wow. Okay. I mean, the chart's going to be relatively the same. Besides, like, minor differences like pricing. Or, like, how close these are versus how close those are. The fact that this didn't make a new high, whereas it last contract just missed. Okay. I'm glad I was able to really quickly do that. Wow. Okay. Now, today might just be a really flat day. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one that's just bum rushed through setting up these things. If today was a regular trading day and not a rollover day, I think what I saw would have transpired, but I think people are being cautious because it is a rollover day. But also, we've been tapping off of VWAP fairly multiple times. VWAP looks at 92-ish. So, I don't know. I'm staying flat. If this breaks in one direction or the other, that'll be a nice indication to tell me what to do or show me what to do. MESU. Hmm. How big of a move is this? From wick to wick, it's 30 points. Alright, well, sizable. If you are an extreme scalper and you take trades throughout the day like that, I don't scalp. I'm on the see, it probably makes sense to buy right now and then try to unload when I get to the top. But I really don't like to do stuff like that. Let's move this over. I'll be honest with you, this looks like a solid trade to the short side. I don't know. I might have to call it. I definitely have to call it early, but I might not be able to trade today. Or at least not the morning session. If I look at the tick chart and it looks clean for me to enter a trade, I'm going to be pissed. MNQ. I mean, 5,000. Yeah, so see, like, there's definitely more volume on this. But I don't think this is not good. Yeah, that's not good. Even in the slightest bit. Oh, I really should have went long down here. Rip. If I went long down here to try to capture up here, that would have been a decent shot. Price is definitely squeezing. That's the wrong spot. It's definitely squeezing pretty considerably. But you could even see it, like we're in this really tight pattern. I want the breakout and then the retest of this. Making that red. And the same thing on the negative side. I want to break out and retest of that. To be like, this is the direction we're going. I might not get that, but that's okay. What I wouldn't pay for to see how many people are jumping on to the new contracts versus the old ones. Oh shit. Well, that is definitely a breakout. Let's see the retest of it. I want to make sure that my volumes are good. Yep. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little distracted, so I didn't really watch this move happen. Regardless, I definitely would not have entered on it. There's a lot of volume and no movement afterwards. That's concerning. That's promising. Let's see how this closes.
Order filled.
Oh my god, this thing isn't connected. Okay. Ninja. And this is the wrong chart. And this chart isn't working properly. That's fucking wonderful. Honestly, that fail is where I should have entered. Okay, I have to hide my screen again so I can log it in. Okay, we're back. If it makes a new high, I have to get out.
Order submitted.
Yeah. Genuinely, this is where I should have entered on that fail. I entered way too early, and that was a FOMO trade. It's 12 points. Okay. 18. I don't like that. $136. Two contracts at 736. Bye.
Order submitted.
And then $300. 5 contracts at 14,785.76.
Order filled.
Okay, that's not what I meant. That oddly worked out for me, but that's definitely not what I meant to do.
Order submitted.
Like I said, that oddly worked out, but definitely not what I meant to do. If this fails again, I'm buying another 5, another 10. This hits my stop loss, then I'm glad I was able to quote unquote break even, I guess.
Order filled.
Stop filled.
Order canceled.
So even with this happily fail, I should have exited, to be honest, when I saw that bullish candle. Instead of it being 200 and change, that was a loss of 57.90 with commissions and everything. So not what I expected. And that irritates the shit out of me that that's what just happened, though. It went up by 4 points before it came out. So, okay. All right. retest and fail. Or yeah, we'll see how this works. If this just slams out of nowhere, I'm gonna be real tight. But at least I could enter closer up to here at 85. I might have to just turn into a full-on scalper in and out real quick with the way that this is looking. Eight contracts. What is the ES looking like? Choppy. I'll be honest with you, that this was 100% me just clicking the wrong button. And I'm glad it did, because that would have been a much harder pill to swallow. That's a double bottom. Okay. That's fine. If it's a double bottom like that, MNQ. I want to see what it was just in the middle of nowhere for that. Well, not in the middle of nowhere. It broke out of this range, but I don't want to take a long right now because gold zone. Right here. If I was to take a short, it would be right here. Yeah, I understand that, like, me taking that would be a nice quick $200 scalp. But I'm not going for scalps. I'm looking for moves. I think I might have to. But that's a zone. I'm also really glad that I got out of that position, because I would have been fuming if it just comes in to break even just a little bit. Fuming. If it stopped there and rejected really hard, I would have lost it too. Now it keeps going. I would have probably give it like 5 points of space from here, so 97. But I don't think so. The fact that it's paused here is giving me some concern. And it's within this again. Honestly, I might just call it. Walk away with the $60 loss and then just call it a day. Hmm. These are good moves. But I might just call it. You know what? I'll give it until 11 o'clock. If at 11 o'clock nothing presents itself, if we're still chopping like this, if the market is just really erratic and really questionable, then I'm out. I entered too late on this for FOMO. I should have definitely entered much higher. Correction, I entered too early. Yeah, that's what I said, early, right? I should have entered at this fail and retest, but I entered as soon as this thing closed. I entered and it was starting to go back down. If I did enter here, this would have been a nicer move. But you know, it is what it is. And I would have also, I don't know where my stop loss would have been, to be honest with you. I probably would have had a break even anyway. And so today, with the contracts, I think we're just going to be a flat, choppy day. I remember the last time that we were like this. Yeah, it wasn't a fun day to trade, so I think I'm gonna just stick out. At this point, there's like really nothing for me to do besides like watch and scroll on my phone at the same time. So that's what I am doing. I mean, it's potential that I might miss something. Yeah, probably. But we're chopping. It's not like that's one of those candles where I don't want to test my luck. Yeah, gotta love that. Well, this zone is shot. Imagine I was ballsy and like took that. Definitely not gonna do that. Hmm. Okay. I mean, there's a divergence. honestly, I'm not trading. Fuck this. I don't care. Even with the moves and everything, this could full on drop 300-400 points. And the ES looks like that's what it's gonna do. I don't even have that in here. MESU. But I don't want to risk it. $10. Oh, yeah. I'm ending the stream there. See ya, guys.